r/AskReddit. People of Reddit. What terrible path in life no one should ever take. Serious. A relationship for the sake of having a relationship. Or ignoring the doubts that should really be considered. You may just end up in an abusive marriage that lasts far too long because you no longer have the self-confidence to leave and do what's best for your child. Just a hypothetical, of course. Meth. Heroin also springs to mind. Remember that Reddit user that bought some on a whim? Didn't ask me anything about the experience and then ended up going through years of addiction hell. Dying from an OD, then being revived and finally getting clean. Neglecting your own health. Used to think I'm damn near invincible because I'm still young. Worked about 70 hours a week just for that damn raise. Neglected health checkups just because I can. Got diagnosed with glaucoma and my left eye is quite ducked up. Not sure what the future holds for me, but I'm damn sure taking care of my body now. I read this after I've just been given a month off for a concussion I got a few weeks ago. My natural instinct is to power through it, but then I read this and think my health isn't worth this 9-5 at the end of the day. Brush your teeth. Can't begin to understand why I let mine rot. But while dentures may be easier to look after, they will never be as comfortable or as functional as my original set. This needs to be way higher up. I can't stress how important it is to brush at least twice a day, especially before bed. Not the worst, but procrastination. It becomes a habit really fast. From my experience. Edit. I never stopped procrastinating, which is something that I hate. Sorry if the comment is a bit misleading, but I don't have any advice on how to stop since I am unable to myself. I'll start exercising tomorrow. I'll clean up later. I started saying these things years ago and only recently started running again. Edit. I used to be able to do 300 sit-ups almost every day. Now, I can barely 35, but that's progress from when I could only do 10. Picking a career path to fulfill your parents' dream. It almost ruined my self-identity. Currently I am doing a course I like at a university of my choice. I might have destroyed my relationship with my mother, but for the sake of my own sanity it was worth it. My brother's girlfriend wanted to go to school for nursing. Her parents told her not to do that because then her only option would be to be a nurse. She spent 4 years getting her bachelor's and something else, then ended up having to spend 2 years at community college to get her associates in nursing, which is what she wanted in the first place. Waste of so much time and money. Nicotine addiction. It's really hard to quit. Don't self-medicate with booze and or drugs, the former being my problem for years. Find out the reason why you want to self-medicate in the first place and get the appropriate help guidance. Never take the path of I know better than everyone else. Even the absolute dumbest person can teach you something. Same goes for a person a lot younger than you or someone you can't respect. Always be willing to learn and grow. People pleasing. As a wise man once said, you can't make everyone happy. You're not pizza. A life of asking questions without making an effort to find out. Does he secretly hate me? Will she be disgusted if I asked her out? Would I be wasting my time if I studied to be a professional ice cream maker? Will I be happy if I leave him? Is this lump going to be a problem? Etc. Worse still, some people make up their own pessimistic, dismissive answers. Of course he hates me. I'm a piece of shit. Of course she won't go out with me. She probably likes that a-hole Chad. Of course I'll never make money making custom ice cream. That's a stupid dream. Of course I'm not going to be happy. He beats me, but who else is going to love me? This lump is probably nothing. And if it is cancer, I don't want to confirm it. Have a question? Find out the answer. Living on other people's opinions. I fairly often ask other people's opinion on me cause they can see me more objectively than I can. Edit. I never said I rely on other opinions. I have a certain opinion about myself and the things I do, and by asking others for their opinion on me I'm checking if I'm right or wrong. I hear their opinion, process it and decide if I think they're right or wrong. It's certainly better for self-improvement than disregarding anything anyone tells you, at least in my opinion. Not treating your depression from the start with a professional and trying to overcome it alone. 6 years later down the road, diagnosed with severe depression and anhedonia. Currently on medication. Life changed drastically. It is like taking off a pair of grey and dark glasses. Mental health is no joke and should be a priority in everyone's life. Edit. There's a lot of comments that I can't get through in time. Trying to reply to everybody. Thank you for the awards. Kind strangers. Stay with an abusive person in any kind of relationship. Edit. Wow, thanks y'all. Never gotten such awards and upvotes. Didn't expect this. No matter how much you think you can change them or get them to see that they're hurting you, it's not going to work. They understand what they are doing and don't care. The only people getting hurt are you and the people who care about you. Spend more than you earn. And the guy at the bank isn't your friend. Marrying for money. My mom lives around a sea of housewives who all want to leave their husbands but can't because they've never had a career and wouldn't be able to survive on their own financially. Basically the town I grew up in. Hot trophy wives left and right that only married for money. Not all the moms were gold diggers but a good majority were just living their best life on their rich husband's dime. Shopping, cars, fancy brunches with the other trophy wives. It is so very obvious. They would not survive 2 weeks on their own. Toxic friends or family. Offload those people. Life is too short for that kind of stress. This is absolutely true. Don't feel like you have to be the better sibling to people who treat you like garbage. There is a reason so many people live so far away from family members. Living a life based only on the assumptions of someone who feeds on your admiration, parent, mentor, abusive relationship, etc. Can you please explain it to me? Didn't quite get it. Joining an MLM. It's a financial disaster unless you are one of the very few people who are in at the beginning or have a large following that will buy what you sell and have proven this already. MLM products are expensive and low quality and the way they make money is predatory and not logically possible for anyone not at the top of the scheme. Don't buy MLM. You are only enabling your friends, family, acquaintances, etc. to stay in this scam for longer and lose more money in the long run. If you do, you will not be helping them. Just like you wouldn't give alcohol to an alcoholic. Don't give money to an MLM, no matter who is selling it. Taking the road that's expected of you, marriage, kids, career etc. without contemplating if it's the right thing for you. I always felt impending doom at the thought of having kids and tearing up my vagina, and then one day it clicked and I suddenly realized I don't have to have kids at all. If I don't want it, it was like £1 million weight was taken off me. Plus the added bonus of realizing I'm gay so I'll never have any accidents. Gangs. Being fueled by hate instead of compassion. Staying with someone you don't love just because you don't want to be alone. Being a chef expecting to be Bobby Flay. Realize it's a lot of hard work. Long hours. Never having a Saturday off. It beats you up. But the feeling when the rush is over and you're drinking a shift drink with your line cooks, who by the way are the most eclectic, funny, criminally minded, insane, smoking, drug dependent, talented, group of misfits in any industry, and you're cleaning up so you can do it all over again tomorrow, there is worse paths I imagine. My partner is a chef. He was a programmer. But 3 years into that he has a gun to his head because he hates his life so much. Quit his job that day. Applied to every job he could think of. Only one person gave him a chance and it was a chef at a super busy well-known local area. That guy saw my partner's drive. Took him under his wing. Got my partner to lose over 200 pounds by working him to the bone. And now my partner loves his life. Because of his job we found each other and almost 3 years later we wouldn't be happier. I think you're right. There are worse paths for some people. Duck covered for taking this away from him though. The path of victimization. To believe everything and everyone around you is to blame. But yourself. Very toxic lifestyle. It can suck the life out of you and leave you with nothing and no one. Opiates. Trust me. Any path that might lead you to spending time in a US prison. Just don't. Trying to help a lame duck. As someone who's been burned multiple times because of this, I understand the temptation to save a lame duck yourself. You've got a spare bedroom you're not using. You've got some spare cash lying around. And all you want to do is help. It's a natural human response. The problem is, The help that they need has to come from qualified professionals, or a state institution, or even their own family. You're not even remotely qualified to provide that help yourself. All you will be doing is shouldering a financial and emotional burden that will only drag you down with them, or you will have to cut them loose, which is also painful. Think of it like this: if you found a little lame duck, you'd take it to a vet, rather than try and fix it yourself. It's the same principle for metaphorical ones. Owning so many big, shiny things like a large house and 2 nice cars, that you have no choice but to toil away at your high-paying, but time-consuming job, which you may not like, at least not for the rest of your career. Yet, you lay awake at night, scared that you might get fired from a job you hate, so you can't pay for the big, shiny things you've started to believe one cannot live without. Going to college just for the experience. Student debt is no joke. Drugs and a life sentence for something you didn't do. Putting your responsibilities on others. Turning to alcohol to ease emotional pain. Sex for money. Stealing. More than occasional drug use. So hard to stop these things once you've started. Never ever try crack or smack. Those shady friends you hang out with in your mid to late teens who you feel really understand you and got your back. Yep, move on to better things. Any opiate or anything similar. Crack, heroin and meth. Even Steve-O said he wouldn't touch most of them. What wouldn't Steve-O do? Huh. Sounds like words to live by. Really? Not giving a shit about school. One should consider him herself lucky that they get to attend school and get an opportunity for a higher education. I know many people that either couldn't afford to go to school or didn't care and their lives aren't what they thought they would be. Moving across the country to live with some chick you met online. Blaming others around you for your own emotional state. This is one of the biggest causes of broken relationships and homes. In my anecdotal experience, it's been primarily a male thing. But anyone is susceptible to this shitty behavior. This is how it works. I wake up one day and I'm feeling really irritable, because yesterday I was working till late, didn't get any time to myself since I was busy with chores all evening, and my wife fell asleep really quickly so I didn't get a chance to talk anything out and couldn't fall asleep. I walk into the kitchen and it's dirty, because I didn't get to the kitchen last night. I feel immediately angry, but at what? I can't be angry at myself. My ego won't allow it. So instead, I get angry at my wife. I accuse her of not cleaning the kitchen, and if she gets defensive, then I double down on how she's emotionally unavailable for my needs. This turns into a fight. It spirals. Eventually we make up, but without resolving anything. Rinse and repeat this a few dozen times and you have a broken, domineering relationship. Take responsibility for your feelings. In the scenario above, go for a walk, read a book, do something you enjoy, calm down. It's no one's job to make you feel better, including, and especially, the people you live with. You can ask them, sure, but if they don't want to help you, then you have to help yourself. And if they truly never want to help you, then don't get angry. Ask yourself, why are you with them in the first place? Solve your own problems. Ask for help with them if you need it, but don't just dump them on others. Empty regrets. Because what done can't be changed, but you can learn on your failures. Being careless with your head. Wear a damn helmet and be careful. Goddamn traumatic brain injuries, concussions ducked me up badly. Lost mega IQ. Lost a decade of memory. Lost the ability to easily remember stuff. Lost emotional control. It's been 20 years and I still struggle. But I died 3x and it didn't take. So I guess I'm doing okay. The road of death in Bolivia. I do autopsies. 1. Avoid the opioids. 2. Stay away from the fire deaths. 3. Wear life vests and seatbelts. 4. Don't walk around on the expressway. 5. Seriously, chill on the opioids. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.